Hey everyone, welcome to PGA here on DKTV. I'm your U.S. Sports Ambassador, Wade McElwain, and I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I can't fight it. It's the Masters! Oh my God! Joining me, Delamonte, Jamie Hinks, the DK staff writer, and from YourGolfTravel, it's Rory. He's back. How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. How are you?
You were gone away for a couple weeks, and now you're back.
Yeah, lots of annual leave, which was nice.
Nice. It was all work, though. You were traveling for YourGolfTravel and working and doing some things and doing the hard work of going to golf courses.
Yeah, it was difficult, you know.
I can imagine your liver seems to do that hard thing. So last week you missed last week the Shell Houston Open. Crazy tournament, huh? Jim Herman, the story man. He's like ranked 191st in the world. Edo, what did you think of this Jim Herman win?
Well, certainly as much as I was crying, just like Jim Herman, but for different reasons. And very happy for him, though. And I mean, he was so good on the last day. And a guy who spends so long on the web.com tour, suddenly just to sort of bring it all up just before the Masters, steals the final ticket, the golden ticket for Augusta. So, you know.
Cinderella story, former greenskeeper, makes it. Jamie, you watched the tournament at all?
Yeah, I was gutted that Charlie Hoffman seemed to just completely.
Yeah, Charlie Hoffman and Dustin Johnson also had. He played well, but then he imploded like on the 11th as well. So but we actually took.
Very disappointed.
It was disappointing. I don't know how disappointing. We do take the scores down. You know, obviously DraftKings, because that's what it's about. Your daily fantasy scores. Last week, let's see. Can we bring up the scores from last week? I'm not sure how we did at the Shell Houston Open. I'd just like to be able to see. Check the results. Oh my God! Holy macaroni! I won with 389.5 points. Woo, woo, woo. Jamie coming in at 309.5, and Edo putting it in the water at 283. How about those results? What led to your downfall, Edo?
All I'm going to say is JB Holmes, fatwa from now on, and I forgot to replace him at the last minute because and JB Holmes, you know, you're in trouble, mate. Anyway.
He watches this regularly, so you better be careful if he sends his posse.
Yeah, out of just pure, you know, spite, I didn't pick him this week because I considered him interesting, and I went, no, this is personal. No, because the price is actually reasonable. But yeah, other picks, Dirt McGirt once again.
Dirt McGirt and his sister McGirt. Yeah, those two. Oh, the McGirts.
The McGirts. But yeah. I went with Stenson, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much else that was very positive.
Jamie, anything you took away from your results last week?
I was really happy at the beginning. It just just kept getting worse as the weekend went on. I was like, Thursday night, I was like, oh, I'm going to get some money here, and then.
Mine went the same way, but it was alcohol related.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was got harder as the weekend went on. So this is the big weekend. Augusta. It's the Masters, the 2016 Masters. This is when golf season starts. This is the excitement, isn't it, Rory? When everyone's getting ready for it to kick it off. You've got past winners, Spieth, Watson, Scott, Schwartzel, Mickelson. And it's a lovely course. It's got storied history to it. Par 72, 7,435 yards. What are you looking for in this tournament? What are the Masters? What does it mean to you, or what kind of things are you looking for in terms of choosing players and the course itself?
Well, luckily I was there last year.
All right.
I don't like to talk about it, but so I did see a lot of guys who, you know, they hit driver pretty much everywhere. So being strong off the tee is obviously important, but really it's all just starts on the Masters, on and around the greens. So tidy short game, decent putters who can bomb it off the tee. Kind of works on any course, but especially Augusta. Yeah.
It's a memory course, wasn't it? When you say, Jamie, because you've got to remember, it's like people who know how to play it. It's almost like you. Yeah.
Well, the greens are pretty severe, so remembering the borrows and everything helps.
Yeah, I think if you've done well here in the past, you've got a good shot. There's not many people that come here first time and win. So.
Yeah, that can happen. Edo, what are you looking for in this tournament? What are the things to watch for when you're seeing for it? This coming up.
Yeah, much the same as what Rory said. Good approach play. The greens are very undulating, just like this one here.
Oh,
so you want to watch out for
my face and say undulating one more time, slowly, and look me in the eyes.
You want to watch out really, for the runoffs. You want people who approach it well, and greens and regulation as well, really key, because if you start scrambling around too much, some people like DJ have been able to do reasonably well out of it, but most of the time it's not going to work for you. Another thing as well is hitting it, as you mentioned, long bombers. Rare to find a top 10 player who isn't the kind of guy who can hit 300 yards. And if the weather's bad, if it's cold especially, this can sort of be nullified. But otherwise, you know, the weather we're looking at this weekend, 18 to 23 degrees, only 1 day's worth of rain on Thursday.
In Canada, that's the hottest day in summer. Very exciting. It is going to be exciting Masters for that as well. What makes it even more exciting is the contest that DraftKings is offering. $4 million fantasy golf millionaire, $20 to enter with a guaranteed $1 million. What? I feel like I should be stroking a hairless cat. $1 million to the winner. We've also got other tournaments like the 400,000 Birdie Free, the 600,000 Thunderdome, and a one with you can win mini golf with Rob Gronkowski. Just check out the tournament room. There's lots of things available. Let's get in then to our picks this week. I'm going to ask all these guys because, of course, you've got 6 PGA golfers to choose from. 50,000. Who are you going to choose? Who's on your roster? Because there's some really expensive guys. People are going to say, hey, the big 3, you know, your Spieths, your Rorys, who are you going to choose? So I'm going to start with you, Edo. Let's start it off. Number 1, get me off the tee. Who's your first shot?
Bubba.
Bubba. Oh, Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. 11,400. He's won here before. 4 out of 7 top 10s. 14 straight cuts. If his putter gets hot, he's really good, and I liked how he was good at the Northern Trust. It's the kind of, course that reminds me of Augusta. Obviously didn't play last week, but Shell means a lot less than the Northern Trust does. And I do think that, mentally speaking, he's the kind of player you want in a GPP, because if he does just get hot, then you will do very well out of him.
Big Bubba, yeah, he's usually a consistent player, and should be a good one, good value. Jamie, number 1, who do you got?
Adam Scott. 11,900. I had to go for one of the 2 Aussies, and I've chosen Scott. I trust him slightly more. I don't really know why I came to that conclusion. Oh. I think I wanted to use my 50,000. And yeah, he's been in the top 20 for 4 straight years before last year's tied 38th. He's so good this year. Always makes the cut at Augusta, and is tied 9th for putting average this year. So yeah, I'm very confident. Has had the back-to-back at the Honda and the WGC Cadillac recently as well.
Hard to go wrong with some of those guys in the $11,000 range. It's just a matter of are they going to be consistent? Yeah. Rory, start me through. Who's your first pick?
The obvious one, Jason Day.
Okay.
Because I trust Adam Scott less than him. But also, I've been awake for the last 8 months, and he's won 48% of his tournament since the start of last summer. So let's just go with the maths.
Yeah.
He hits it miles off the tee. He's done well at Augusta in the past. He's just clearly the best player in the world right now. So unless he lets that pressure get to him, I don't see any reason why he won't win.
Okay. And of course, I make my own picks as well. I get involved. What's sort of happened in the past is that Rory has joined us once, and I really like this guy. He's got some good picks. My first pick is Jason Day as well. How can you? This guy has won. He's won like past 6 of the 13 events. He's never missed the Masters cut. He's got 3 top finishes here as well. He's expensive and worth it, and so am I. And Jason Day, you're on the list. Let's move on to number 2. Jamie, take me through your number 2. Who do we got? Who's on the team?
This is a bit of a gamble, this one, but I've gone for Lee Westwood, 7,300.
Your golf travel ambassador.
Slowly drop that in there.
He has, as we said earlier, if you've played well here before, it counts for a lot. And he has played well here before. He came second once. 4 out of the last 5 years, he's been in the top 20. Says he's been resting a lot this week, so I'm hoping that rest.
Well, he's about 80, so he has been resting, hasn't he?
Yeah, hoping he's rested. He's rested up and he's ready for Augusta.
I'm just kidding, of course. He's a good player. Yeah, very good. And sometimes these veterans that can come back. You've got your VJs and guys like that may not play well on the tour and then suddenly come back to the Masters and play well. Edo, number 2, bring me up.
Hideki Matsuyama, 9,100. Just because it's a very open top 10, you're not going to find too many guys who are owned 30% like last year, where you had 3 people. One of them was JB Holmes, by the way, traitor. And, yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. And no, Hideki. So this is another guy who I'm looking for his GIR numbers, and he's first in birdie average. And what I'd really like is that if he gets hot putting, and this may sound quite repetitive, but he could become really good, and he's had a really good year so far. He tends to be the kind of guy you can rely on, and he's also 4th in par 4s. So Hideki, you're my guy.
Hideki, you've already blown 20 grand, so you're gonna the way you're playing. Rory, impress me again. You've done well so far.
Bubba.
Okay, Bubba. Yep.
Again, as Edo said,
11,400.
2 green jackets already.
Yeah.
Lots of high finishes apart from that. He struggled last year, but maybe that's something to do with the fact that he was defending champ and he probably had double the amount of media engagements as he would have done the year before. So with a clearer head and that big pink driver.
Oh, yeah. That big pink driver.
Go on, Bubba.
Yeah. Bubba, good choice. All right. My second pick, glorious one, Matt Kuchar. He's made 6 consecutive weekends at Augusta. Nothing to say he won't do it again. 3 out of 5 starts, top 11 finishes. He's dropped in the ratings to 28th. Still playing amazing golf, though. And he's consistent like oatmeal, your morning oatmeal. Matt Kuchar, 7,800. You're on the list. All right, Rory, third. Grab me someone third. Who do we got here? You've blown a couple of big names as well. So
Yep, so I'm kind of not scraping the bottom of the barrel yet, but Mark Leishman.
Oh.
He had a tough time last year with some family issues, but then he bounced back and performed really well at the Open. Hits it long, lots of greens, and at a reasonably affordable price.
It's like 7,900.
Yep.
Something like that, which is
Thought I'd
good.
drop him in there.
All right, you have also now spent quite a bit of money. Which means using the DraftKings analogy, yeah, you got a little bit left. All in. All in, there we go. Jamie, who's your third pick?
Another one of the big guys, Henrik Stenson,
Oh, yes.
9,600.
Top Swede.
Yep, top 20 for the last 2 years. 5 top 20s in 9 Masters appearances, I believe, and top 12 in 4 of the last 5 tournaments. Last 2 weeks, he's had over 100 fantasy points in each week on DraftKings and hits greens in regulation 72% of the time. I don't see anything that would.
He's Swedish efficiency.
Yeah, and
he really is. He's just
yeah.
that consistent golfer who's been playing well all year. You know.
He was unlucky in Houston, and yeah, I think he even might be cheap at that price at 9,600. So.
Yeah. J.R. Ewing also unlucky in Houston. Watch it. Edo, who else do you have then for your third?
Brooks Koepka at 8,100.
Okay.
So,
Interesting choice with the old Brooks there.
Yeah, I've basically demolished what money I have left, but tied for 33rd here last year. He burnt a lot of people in Houston, so I'm hoping that his ownership numbers go down. And tied for 23 at Cadillac, tied for 26 at Valspar. The only issue I've got, once again, he's 102nd in putting, but does really good at bogey avoidance. He's the kind of player that I want, to do well. And yeah, he's had injury problems, or at least he did have last year, as well as sort of family stuff. So I think he'll all bring it all together this year.
You didn't sell the confidence on this one at all. Gotta say, I didn't really fall for that one. I'm gonna throw some confidence into someone who has never played at Augusta, Rafael Cabrera Bello. 7,400. He's never played. He shot 7 under at the Houston Open, finished in 4th place with a 12 under, hitting 5 birdies, an eagle, and 0 bogeys, and he beat Rory at the match play. This guy has been He's been playing so well in the international circuit. He has not been playing a lot of these. He's one of those guys. I think he's a solid, consistent player. He's going to come in, play very well, hit a lot of the greens. Rafael Cabrera Bello. You're on the list. Okay, 4th pick. Let's go to Jamie. Who we got for 4th, Jamie?
Ian Poulter.
Oh, there we go.
I'm going to sound like a broken record here. He's always good at the Masters.
Not good lately, but good.
No, he came third, tied 3rd in the Puerto Rico Open, which I'm not sure how much of an accolade that is, but yeah. And he doesn't qualify for any of the other majors right now, so needs to do well here, and then he might qualify for some of the others.
I'm digging that one, Edo. Who do you got? Who do you
Make that Ryder Cup squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is,
there
yeah.
you go. Can win the Masters and make the Ryder Cup squad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to agree with Rory here on Leishman at 7,900.
Okay.
Just because he's the prototypical player, except for his greens and regulation. I mean, there's everything here. 4th in driving accuracy, 16th in tee to green, 39th in putting, and he was good at, the Arnold Palmer. He was tied for 28th at Cadillac, so I really like the look of Leishman right now. And beforehand, I was a little bit sort of iffy about him. Now I'm just like, okay, 7,900, it's a really good price, and he can break into the top 25, and it will be a great investment, great return.
Okay, then Rory, 4th pick.
Ryan Moore.
Ryan Moore. Ooh,
yeah.
please explain.
I followed him around quite a lot last year when I was out there for the practice days, and he had that right to left tee shot, which everyone loves at Augusta, on a string pretty much. And he finished just outside the top 10. He was fairly affordable.
6,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
That's it. That's why.
All right.
We're down at the bottom end of the money barrel now, so.
Yeah, it is.
We're well
when you
in the
start
bottom of the
working your
barrel.
way up, going, is he still an alcoholic?
Yeah, no offense, Ryan.
He has nothing to do with that. My 4th pick, Jamie, I agree with you. Ian Poulter. Yes. You know what you mentioned with the Ryder Cup? I think it is something because he is one of those guys that wants to fight for the Ryder Cup. He's had 7 career top 10s. He tied for 6th here last year. Yeah, I like him. It's that knowledge of the course. So Ian Poulter, you're on my list too. You're welcome. Let's go on to 5th picks. Rory, who do you got 5th coming up on your list?
Angel Cabrera.
All right.
Big hitting Argentine. He's lost in a playoff at the Masters to Adam Scott. He's won in a playoff against, who was it? I can't remember who he won against, but he's won the green jacket. And he seems to have that life cycle of win a major, go back to Argentina and enjoy lovely beef, and then check your bank balance. Oh no, I need to go and win another major again. So
That sounds like the life I want, really.
yeah,
It
so
really
I think
sounds like a good
it's
life.
time. It's time for Angel to clock up another major. There we go.
All right, Angel Cabrera. Edo, who do you got next then for your 5th pick?
Kevin, nah.
Nah. You picked him. Well, he seems to come up a lot. No,
We
no, no.
love-
I love Kevin.
Yeah,
Nall.
no, goodbye.
And at 6,900, you say, well, a guy who's come, top 12 here twice, that's a really good price. And I mean, 5 top 10s out of 12 tournaments this year, 3 straight cuts, 13th in tee to green, tied for 35 at Cadillac, and tied for 22 at Arnold Palmer. So clearly he's rested. Just like Leishman, he's sort of gone, right, well, let's wait until the Masters. And at that kind of price, I'm only expecting him to do well, not to actually, break the bank. So yeah, absolutely. I'm really big fan of that choice.
All right, Jamie, 5th pick.
I'm going to echo what Rory said. Angel Cabrera,
Get original, man.
6,500. He's so cheap.
He is.
Considering how well he's done here in the past, I've no idea about his beef addiction. But yeah,
If you'd been to Argentina, you'd
oh yeah, I know.
Oh my God,
Beef,
yes.
the red wine. The,
exactly.
Oh,
Let's not get into beef addiction on the show. That's a whole different episode.
he won it in 2009 and had 5 other top 10s on this course, and just seems to love playing here. So, yeah, I mean, if all the guys that have done well here in the past come through, I'm going to have a good weekend. But otherwise, it's not going to be good.
That is good. I'm going for my 5th pick, and you know what? I
Love it.
saved a bit of money for this guy, Ricky Fowler. Beast mode. He has made the Masters cut 5 out of 5 times. He's finished top 8, 6 at 8 times, and he's in the top 10 in greens and regulation, and I like his style. Ricky Fowler, come on. You are on my list. Okay, it's time for our last pick. This usually means, hey, I run out of money. Hey, who do I got left? Jamie, who do you got left?
Bill Haas, 7,500, top 20 the last 3 years.
Yeah.
He's never won a major, but he's won 6 PGA Tour titles and lost the playoff at the Valspar a few weeks back. He's made the cut every time he's played at Augusta, and I want to try and go 1 week where all 6 guys make the cut.
That would be nice.
Failed to do so far.
Has anyone done it of our guys?
You may,
think I did.
yeah,
I think I
I
did.
know where that was going.
No, it was like I led you right into it. Oh
You
my
did.
God,
You
it was
reeled,
so
you
cool.
reeled me in.
I did. It was such a horrible ass. So, Edo, let's go with your last pick. Since you were last place last week, I didn't mean to. Did you just, we had a little graphic with your face. It's like, oh,
Yeah, my face.
I lost again.
When I kick ass this week, I want my face to be, jubilant, like, so let's take some pictures later. Yeah, I promised I would roster him, and here he is, Bernd Wiesberger.
Oh,
Because, yeah. Because he was good last week in Houston, and he's 10th in
Did
greens
you
and
choose him
regulation.
last week?
Yeah.
And how did he did all right?
He
for
actually
you?
did reasonably well, but
He was able to propel you into last place, which is
if it's broke, don't fix it. So he's done pretty well recently. And yeah, I just really like how he plays, and he's the kind of guy who comes from Europe every now and then and just wrecks things. He'll miss a cut every now and then, but I think that in the little time he's had here, he's impressed. So at
Speaking of things that
6,500.
come from Europe and wreck things, British tourists. You ever been to Vegas? I'm allowed to make those jokes. All right, so that's good. Rory, take me through your last pick. Who we got?
VJ.
Oh, come on. Yeah, he's a good
Mentioned him
pick.
earlier, yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to choose a guy like this who's won it, who's,
Yeah, he's got a green jacket.
the old Fijian can put it together.
Yeah, he might be eligible for the senior tour, but he's still, according to my man on the ground, who had a little laser out on the course at Augusta yesterday, he's still flying at 290 in the air. So
Hold on, you're getting inside information.
yeah, inside information.
Oh, wow.
You know who
You
you are.
guys are your golf travel.
Yeah, so he's the long game's still there, and if his putter behaves, then he might be able to rack up a few birdies and some points.
He's consistent. I mean, he's had a few bad years, but
He's always struggled with the putter
yeah.
on and off. So as long
he's
as
struggled. It's just getting his discipline in check.
exactly.
And so I guess it comes down to my 6th pick, the only Canadian in the tournament. That's right, it's Mike Weir. Because why the fuck not? He won it in 2003. Things have maybe not, the last cut he made actually was his divorce last year. And he's ranked 1,040th in the world, but he's Canadian. He's been working the night shift at the Tim Hortons in Brights Grove. Mike Weir, God damn it, you're on my list. So let's take a look. We're going to go through alphabetically. Look at everyone's list. What? Edo. Koepka, you've got it all across there. Weisberger, Watson. Blew it a little high there in some areas, but pretty averaged out. Moving on next, we've got Jamie. Jamie again, 2 picks here, 2 big ones, and then the smaller ones, an Angel Cabrera value pick, and maybe Billy Haas at 7,500. Moving to Rory's pick. Big money here on Day and Bubba Watson. That's pretty much half your money right there. But picking it up with hopefully VJ at a good value pick at 5,700 and Angel Cabrera at 6,500. Let's take a look at the winning lineup. My pick, Jason Day, Ricky Fowler. I've really gone heavy on the money there. And Mike Weir, if you make the cut, oh my gosh, I will buy you a right-handed club. How's that? Those are the lineups that we've got right there. Of course, hey, you want to get involved in DraftKings and the PGA and the Masters. Go to DraftKings.co.uk, put together your own 6-man roster, spend $50,000. You could win. Enter all the different tournaments we have. There's over $4 million in prizes to be won this PGA weekend at the Masters. DraftKings, welcome to the big time.